Okay, Evie, let's see what you have.
I'll start out with my furthest right. This one is a highly deformed stillborn puppy. It has more deformities than they're
More deformity
normally.
than her in her dumb brain.
Oh yes, definitely more. Definitely more. More deformities than there should be.
Like
In a
it's a very high
singular.
chance, a very highly unlikely combination.
Yeah, it's close to like 1 in 100 because here you have on the
I thought you were,
bottom.
I remember you did the math one point. It was more like 1 in like 3 million.
Oh yeah, but I'm too lazy to do that right now. You see it has a clubbed foot,
And a club foot up front.
a clubbed foot up front as well.
Kind of see it. Yeah, there. Right there.
Also
And-
has a cleft palate if you look inside of the mouth.
Yep, you can see the cleft going up.
And this is all natural, is born with its intestines outside of its body.
Yeah, and like they didn't pop out, they were formed outside.
This specimen is over 20 years old. It was a cross between a Dachshund and a Yorkshire. All of its siblings were perfectly healthy, had no deformities. This was the only one
You bought it
in the
from
litter.
the vet who delivered it, right?
Yes, I bought it from the vet who delivered it. And she had this in her personal collection for over 20 years. And the next one is a newer, prize of mine, which is a mummified 3-week-old Mastiff mix.
So what happened with this guy? Just
The normal, when you have a litter, you usually have a runt. Believe it or not, this is a Mastiff runt that just, really couldn't make it up. You started noticing that, it was losing weight. They got it from the breeder. And then they did a thorough injection of the whole body and freeze dried it. So you can actually, see the tongue still inside.
just barely. And the
Yeah,
eyes are
with
still
better
kind
light,
of are
you can
sunken
see-
in a little bit, but they're still there.
You can see the eyes and the back. It's actually a fantastically
Yeah,
preserved.
it's pretty
You can even see the
intense.
cute little paws. This is definitely a prize of mine.
Cute little paws. Cute little paws.
And this is another one I got from the vet. I need to transfer it to a better jar. But this is a retriever puppy. Most of the puppies in my, if not all of the puppies in my collection,
We'll be looking at them.
are all stillborn. So, they were never alive. This is a...
I think the runt is really the only one and I guess maybe the skull.
that were, alive at one point or another.
Do we even want to talk about that guy back there?
I will. I'll explain, But most of the specimens I have here, so 99% of, this tiny collection, are very, very well preserved, meaning that they're going to outlive me.
As long as someone's cleaning out their fluids.
Oh, no. Even if their fluids aren't cleaned out, these
Really?
will outlive me and outlive my, son or daughter, and maybe even, and that's without changing the fluids. With changing out the fluid, they can go on for, almost an endless, amount of time. You can start to see the build up, and that's what normally happens when you don't change it out.
A little silt.
And it just it creates less than a sterile environment inside of this. This is all 70% isopropyl alcohol.
You shut your mouth.
You crying? But if anybody thinks this is dirty, these are all completely sterilized inside and out. They're all injected with formaldehyde, and then they're left for about 72 hours. And then they're transferred into 70% isopropyl, and then they're transferred into their jars. This, however, is what happens when you don't preserve properly. This was supposed to be my early Christmas gift, and I had found someone online. You see, stillborn puppies are rather hard to find, and I'm always on the lookout for them. It's always a prize because, it's a bit taboo. Oh, it's a puppy dog, and there's actually, a bit of a following around them. So if one pops up, it's gone. I bit the bullet too early on this one, and it turned out to be rather disappointing. So with this, I'll kind of break it down for you. You see how it flops on the side?
Yeah, it's doing a U-turn.
Yeah. This basically means that when they were injecting it with formaldehyde, they didn't inject it thoroughly enough. When you're injecting them, you have to inject them with basically a very, very delicate needle. It's very, very small,
And slowly.
You can do it at your own fucking pace. But so long as you continue to inject it until you can no longer inject it, it won't take any more liquid. The midsection is the most important because you get a lot of pockets, due to the intestines and due to the stomach, heart, lungs, etc. This was done improperly. So they basically injected it rather sloppily. Even when it comes down to here, you can actually see the swelling inside of the mouth and the skin around it.
You guys suck.
God damn you.
Is that like
It's starting to
necrosis?
peel. It just happens. It's natural. It's it's
The tongue swelling in the mouth kind of thing.
well, no, it's it's falling apart. It's degrading. It's even if it's kept in 70%, this is also another evidence of the fact that
it wasn't fully cleaned out.
Well, no, it wasn't fully. It was not properly fixed. The bleed out happens because of the stomach, and it's just slowly being broken apart. I'm gonna attempt to mummify this in hopes that I can save it, but the worst part about trying to mummify these are you may just end up with something that's gonna degrade over time, because it was improperly fixed. This is what happens when you try to fucking do it without getting all your facts, like the asshole who sold it to me.
Do you want to do the middle or you want to do the side?
I'll do the other side, because
There's only a few in here.
there's only a couple.
That is
This
Doberman. Or Schnaut. Or fuck you, Lisa.
No, this is a miniature pincher. You can actually see
Little dots, yeah. The coloring.
the tricolor, which is fantastic.
Can I fucking help you?
You're
You're going to jail. Go. Off. No, be gone. I banish you.
See the umbilical cord still attached.
Yeah.
This one was shipped all the way from fucking France. Not much to say about that one, except for it's like a miniature breed. This is a Dorje de Bourgs, or however you pronounce it. It's a French Mastiff breed.
Wrinkly motherfucker.
These guys are actually super gorgeous when, they're adults.
You might need a bigger jar.
Well, yeah, he's always going to need a bigger jar.
I need to get some.
This is a Staffordshire Terrier skull. No, they're different. They're closely related, though.
Is this a Staffordshire?
No, it's not.
What about that?
Actually, if you compare them... Lisa, come here, sit. Sit.
Lisa, stay down, baby.
If you actually look at their skulls...
It's very similar.
Her skull is much larger, and that's one of the major differences between
You can't have it.
Pit Bull Terriers and Staffordshire Terriers.
You guys are such assholes.
Is that the size difference is immense. Staffordshire Terriers are normally about 20 to 30 pounds lighter than Pit Bull Terriers. Ooh.
You should put that back before they decide that
They're not going to take it.
They are going to start licking it
It's okay.
and want to chew on it.
Well, no, I mean, so long as it's in my hand. No.
You're promoting cannibalism, and I can't stand for this moral degradation of our...
Oh, a fun part is,
Hello, Dismas.
Shar-Pei skulls are actually a little bit more melloned out. When you look at them, they don't have this,
The clunch.
the point at the end.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. No, he definitely...
It's not as pronounced as I should say, But if you look at this was definitely, an older dog, I would say,
The teeth are definitely worn down.
Not as old as, probably not in the double digits, but I would give it, 5 to 6 years. It definitely died a little early, and this one was buried. When you bury it, you get this kind of grounded out, darker color. And this can actually be whitened
some
really
dogs.
well with a soak in peroxide and a degreaser. This also happens with buildup of grease too. So it's like if you want to bury your skulls, you can totally do that, but you're going to get darker skulls.
That is, what's that process called? That it's a common process where people bury like animals so that they get bone cleaned. Because I'm not sure if everyone's going to know what that is. Is it mastication?
Oh man, whenever you put me on the spot and I'm doing a fucking speech, I can't remember shit. You know, I'm not born to be a teacher.
But people bury animals all the time too, or they bury, you know.
Oh yeah, you know, it's super common, you know, for people who do it as like a super light hobby, or they just kind of, you know, they want to keep a pet. You bury it, and you can eventually, after, you know, close to 3 to 6 months, you know, get a clean skeleton. But the thing is, because it's natural, you get insects, you get animals, you're not going to get all the bones. So if you want to do that, you have to get a fine mesh cage, stick it in the mesh cage, bury it. If you want to do it even better, during summer, collect a lot of food scraps, put that around your animal that you're trying to get bones from, and let nature carry it, because maggots, as well as natural dermestids, are fantastic. It smells, but if you have a larger property, it's super easy.
Have I explained this one?
Yeah.
So this is actually a gift I bought for Evie. Let's see if we can get a good shot of it here. So if you notice, there's the very clear tissues, like the muscle and skin, and then the bones are... Focus, I swear to God, I will find where you live, phone. It's my own house. Yeah, so the bones are transparent as well, but they're dyed. They're purple. Basically what happens is they put it through an acid wash. I can't remember what kind of acid it is. That just gets rid of all the pigment in the body. Everything. And by the end of it, it's completely transparent. They then add a purple dye, or you can do other colors, that just affixes to the bones. So you get a very nice, pretty skeleton that's transparent and purple, like neon purple. It's really cool.
Yeah, the hyphenization is also very easy to do if you're, you know, into,
if you're willing to deal with the acid and work with all that stuff.
You know, and they sell for
a lot.
penny. You know, you can do
I think this guy was 80.
About $80. And that's on the low end. You know,
yeah,
you can
I bought it at like a little festival thing, so they were selling them cheaper.
Oh yeah. You can, you can do any kind of fetal that normally wouldn't be as impressive. Like pigs look great dehyphenized.
This is a giraffe.
Oh no, this is a fetal pig. You can actually start to see like the little teeth in the mouth if it focuses.
There we go. Oh yeah, look at that.
And these are really cool. You know, I'm not super fond of pigs because I think they're boring.
Yeah, but pigs are weird too. Like, if you read up about feral pigs.
And these two are Aussies. They were from the same litter.
You don't need to lift them up if it's too much.
Oh, no. Here. They're actually some of my best specimens.
Yeah, you can see that little tongue in there.
Yeah, these ones are great. And these are, you know, standard Aussies. Very large, you know, stillborns. This is a blue merle tricolor. Fucking gorgeous. You know, when you get like larger dogs, you tend to get a lot of stillborns, depending on the parenthood or whatnot.
Breeding history.
Yeah, you know, genetics plays a huge fucking role. But naturally, when you're like breeding dogs, you're gonna get a couple.
Just focus.
This is another tricolor. You can see like the little eyebrows. But what's fantastic is when you're fixing them originally and you're injecting them with formaldehyde, it's super easy to pose them because, you know, they're not rigid. You know, they've kind of passed that point, and you can have these cute little
poses.
So when you put them in the jars, that's why it's important to set them aside in the formalin.
Yeah.
You know, so they set... That one was done completely improperly. It doesn't matter if they fucking set it or not. They just jammed it in the jar after they shot it up a couple times. This is a fetal armadillo.
See that little... My God, they're such weird animals. Look at that little dude. Oh, it's so cool.
And these ones are... I love fetal
I
armadillos.
kind of want a live armadillo.
Yeah.
They're
I would love like a 9-band, live.
that little, is that a remnant of the umbilical cord? Or?
Yep, that's the umbilical cord.
Damn, what a cool little dude.
Just kind of gives you a...
And then, of course, we have you just recently got this.
I just recently got this. This was from one of the friends I have on Facebook. She does this for a living. She's been in the hospital for a while. But this is not taxidermy. This is freeze-dried. The only thing is it's, stuffed with sawdust so it can maintain a nice form.
Nice solid shape.
The skull's still in there. The majority of their organs are still in there.
They're just dried out. There's nothing for bacteria to work with.
Yeah, she did like a nice little, glazed coating.
She also got it in a great pose, so it actually stands up on its own when it's it's kind of about tripoding using the tail, but you know what? It's still cool.
You can actually we'll move him because I actually really like this one. You can still see
the eyes and the teeth. Look at that. That's some cool. Oh my god, they're such cool animals. Those scales are nuts.
You look down and it's just like completely gorgeous.
You worked with the armadillos at the Los Angeles Zoo.
Oh yeah, there was one armadillo there named Elmo, and he was the ballsiest little fucker. He was about half this size. He was an African species.
And that is a cat in a dress.
Yeah, I got this from another friend. He basically picks up like a lot of fucking roadkill and shit, and he.
Oh wait, I forgot. There's the mole here too.
Yeah, I have like a little stuffed mole in there. This one's like really, really kind of funky. It's just like fucking.
It's just like he was like stuffed like a turkey.
Yeah, you have the fucking like little tail there, but it's kind of fun.
It's hilarious.
Here's like the full.
Yeah.
Get up of it. In this fucking like little blue dress.
He makes some pretty hilarious stuff.
Oh yeah.
Some very morbid but very hilarious stuff.
Oh no, it's fantastic. Oh, I have paintings from him too. Oh. You want to see how like this fucking.
Actually, here, and there's one last specimen. Specimen, quote unquote. The bug jar.
Yeah.
And we got some
Although it's better to pin insects, so you can actually see their color. Putting them in isopropyl alcohol actually drains their color.
Yeah, these guys are kind of washed out.
But they weren't good, specimens to
big
start
old
out with.
Fat. Well, some of those grasshoppers were.
Yeah, but
big fat grasshoppers.
I also have a if anybody's into like mummifying, it's super easy to do it with birds because super light.
Oh, this is the I keep forgetting. This is she's currently, this is a pheasant that we got. She's mummifying. I mean, how long does it usually take?
Mummification is actually really short when you actually do it outside in very arid temperatures, but because it's snowing right now, you can't really do it.
This is borax, or is this salt?
You do a mixture of borax and salt after, I recommend if you have anything that's mammalian, you dip it in isopropyl alcohol for a couple hours so it kills off any of the bacteria, or you leave it in the freezer for like a week or two.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Like after this gets all cleaned off and stuff, it'll be a very pretty pheasant.
It's actually super easy to get the borax off because it just chips off, and then afterwards you just take a toothbrush or a small brush, like rigidity. It's rigid.
Soft.
Sorry, no, just a rigid brush, and you can take all this off, and it's dry for fucking ever. But
the rest of this pheasant was not in good condition.
Oh no, that was a roadkill pheasant.
Yeah, but the head and the feathers were so perfect. So we're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
It's like super, super fucking easy.
Yeah, look at that wing.
I'm sure everybody's fucking seen a pheasant before, but I love them. I would like to raise pheasants. These
are the ones with the little red horns. They're very cute, and they, for some reason, when we were driving through Wyoming.
Yeah, this is Wyoming.
Man, did they just love crossing the road.
Oh, yeah. They were like dead pheasants all over.
So many. And pronghorns. Lots of dead pronghorns, but none that were really clean enough for us to get.
Yeah, that's another one on my list. I can't tell you how much I want a pronghorn mount. Not a European, but, a full, like, taxidermy mount with some nice red colorations.
Should I I mean, we have the Cape Buffalo upstairs.
Oh yeah. You know, we actually got a couple skulls from a fucking auction. You know, it's not normal that they'll have them, but you can catch them every once in a while because they'll be in someone's garage.
Here, let me do this without trying to show off too much of our house. Oh. God, I'm fucking tired. Okay. Baba Booey. This is a longhorn that we picked up. I think we got it for like $20 cheaper than it normally goes for. And then this was, we got at a thrift store for like $6. It's like a coat rack. You can't tell, Evie really likes horns and antlers. This is a horse bone. This is an I don't know, but I've had it for a very long time. I think it was like 5 years old or something. This is a rabbit tail that we found just sitting out in the bushes. Someone lost their tail. This is a gray fox pelt. Fur trapping up here in Minnesota is still very popular. These are feathers from that quail downstairs. This is our Cape Buffalo. He's a big boy. I would pan over more, but I can't show you things. I have private things I can't show. But look at these. Apparently this is worth, like, we got this for 120, 175. That's a machete. And these things go for like $600. So we got really lucky. Over here, got some more stuff. Got a lot of stuff actually. Just random like little bones we found. Look at this. I don't even know what this is from. I think Evie might know. It's like some sort of mustelid. Maybe it's a skunk or something, or a possum. I'm not sure. She knows. Those are dog teeth from our dogs. This is something. Rib bone we found out when we found this skull, which I'm also not sure what that is. Oh, fucking shit. This is a railroad spike that we found like buried out in the desert. This is just a piece of granite. That's sage, because with 4 dogs, it gets stinky in our house. Beaver head pelt I got for like $5 from a scrap pelt. This is a fossilized bone of some sort. Fossilized bone. Weird root that was like in the shape of a person. We were like, oh, that's cool. Let's take it. This is her friend painted on a deer jawbone to give to her. Just a little necklace thing. Another railroad spike that we found. I got her some fossilized teeth for one of her presents. There's a little spine piece. Trilobite, because hell yeah. This is a, oh god, I'm forgetting the name and it's embarrassing. But you find them everywhere. You know, the old spiral shell animals. Oh, that's a skink skin. You know, some more teeth. This is actually, this is a shark. This is a species of prehistoric carnivorous fish. It's just so you can see this thing I got in Chicago, and yeah, the mineral deposit in this one made them come out looking like gold, which is really cool. Oh, it's so cool. It's really cheap too. Apparently people, I'll have to put that together when I have 2 hands, because it's hard. Bunch of cool rocks. Evie likes collecting rocks. Oh, this is actually not a rock. Oh my god, I need to dust up here. This isn't really a rock. This is what happens when a meteorite impacts the planet and sends chunks of sand up into the atmosphere, and they come back down. This is what they come back down looking like. You can find those around. That's some petrified wood. These are coal It's like ancient coal I remember finding, or I might just be identifying it wrong. Kill me. Just a bunch of cool rocks. Oh, this is coal. That's right. This is coal. Oh, this is something Evie found out in the desert. Huh. Well, interesting, isn't it? It's a partially finished stone blade. So it'd either be an axe head or a hand tool or something. Don't really know which. She found this out in the Mojave. Her and her dad used to go out there, and they would just go wig out in the desert for like 3 days straight. This is... I can't remember. I just remember it being slightly important. A lot of cool stuff. This one's probably one of the coolest things because she found that, which to me makes it like even cooler because, like, holy hell, she found a half-finished stone blade out in the desert. So rad. The best part about this is that I was nude the entire time I was taking this video.